Then you take a look at the AFC and who might be the 7 seed there, as the Chargers and the Ravens are currently in wild card spots. It's still possible for the Ravens to move up to 3 or higher, potentially. You never know. But it is, well, actually can't be any higher than 3. That's where they would rest if they win the AFC North. But that 7 seed, you look at the teams that are still in that mix for the 7 seed. The Jaguars are one of them, by the way. It's possible that they lose to the Titans on Saturday night in the Saturday night game that just got announced for Week 18, the NFL season finale, as it's being called. The Jaguars can actually lose that game and have a whole bunch of results need to shake out on Sunday for them to make the playoffs as a 7 seed. But you look at that team and the other teams that are in the mix for that 7 seed. The Dolphins, with Tua concussed for a 3rd time, and a broken finger suffered by Teddy Bridgewater in the loss in New England on a pick 6 that turned the game. And New England being the team that currently has the win-in scenario for that 7 seed, with all due respect to that offense, and opportunistic defense that is so damn opportunistic. How about this stat going into Sunday? The Patriots have a team that we know is points challenged, but you look at their total points, 1/3 of their total points, 1/3 scored off of takeaways. Most in the NFL. So they're relying on taking the ball away and relying on turning those short fields into points, if not for immediate points. So again, they love scoring pick 6s. They love doing it. They're good at it. But you look at all the teams that are in the mix for this final seed. The one you don't want to face, the one that I think would be the best team heading in with a head of steam, is a team with multiple Pro Bowlers, if not all pro players on defense, an offense with a very stout big boy pants running back, and a whole bunch of young players that just don't know what they don't know. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are really playing well. Now, they needed Kenny Pickett to pull it together and then out of the fire on Christmas Eve night against the Raiders. He did it. And they needed him to do it in Baltimore last night, and he comes up with not one but 2 80-yard drives in the 4th quarter, 1 for a field goal, 1 for the first touchdown scored by an opponent in Baltimore in 15 quarters. 15. Bill Parcells' phrase, when a rookie performs well and starts turning the page and playing like a veteran, he calls that a huggy drop. He dropped his huggies. And that's what he has done in the last 2 weeks. And just a reminder, if there's anybody in the Steelers hashtag Here We Go world that needs that reminder, you have a Hall of Fame head coach. And if you think Mike Tomlin isn't all that or shouldn't be around anymore after all this time, you are, with all due respect, dumb.
Well, guess what?
Because if you got your way, he would be hired elsewhere in 10 seconds. And by that, by the way, I mean, like, really 10 seconds. Like, word would get out before. Rumor is he's out. And people would be already on the phone to his agent
1001
saying,
1002,
we will hire him.
1003.
Talk to us that fast.
He's hired.
That's how fast.
That's how fast.
And then you clearly haven't spoken to the guy. You know, obviously, you know, fans don't get to have interaction, real life interaction with a head coach similar to what I was fortunate enough to have along with the rest of our broadcast team prior to that Christmas Eve game. I know I called into the show when Tom Pelissero was doing it the day before that game on the 23rd of December, the day before Christmas Eve, and I recounted parts of the conversation. The man, to say, he just oozes charisma and confidence and humanity. He's got one of the most incredible blends of smarts and heart and guts. And boy, what he sells is bought. And I just am seeing it right now for this team, and they are on a roll, and this would be the team I think that would potentially give people fits if it is Cincinnati. I bet you Cincinnati wants no piece of them. If they're the 2 seed, they don't want any piece of this. They'll take anybody else. They don't want a piece of the Steelers. And, you know, the way that Kansas City is being a little bit up and down on offense and forgetting about running the ball. Okay, so you're going to let T.J. Watt pin his ears back? And Cameron Hayward pin his ears back? And Highsmith and the rest of them pin their ears back? Only concern I have for the Steelers, really, only concern I have for the Steelers is that they need the Jets' help to make the playoffs. And I don't say that facetiously. I mean that to my core, because they do. So, Billy Gardell, go to every church you know and try and light a candle for the Jets, because it didn't work for you the last time when you needed the Jets' help to make the playoffs. But they do. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.